Hello everybody and welcome to round 13 of GP3 here in SpeedForce Racing Season 6. We're here for my home Grand Prix. We're here in Belgium for Spa-Francorchamps. If you ask me, one of the best tracks of the season, and I'm once again joined by my co-commentator Chain Game. Wow. How are you today, Robin?
Um, I'm good. Spa, it's for a lot of drivers a favorite track with a lot of overtaking opportunities and a slipstream party at the first sector. And I think we could see a interesting race. And wonder how many cars will crash at Eau Rouge, which is a very difficult corner, probably one of the difficult corners on the calendar.
Yeah, I think it's one of the most tricky corners indeed of the whole season. But first comes first, we're gonna start with the standings of GP3. We still have Mario Manzo in elite. He is now on the podium for 8 races in a row, and he has won 6 of them. So that is kind of crazy how Mario Manzo is dominating the league at the moment. Behind Mario Manzo in P2 is Ekelund, in P3 is Surreyet, in P4 is Frederick, in P5 is Fester, in P6 is the run-up, in P7 is Erich, in P8 is Mike, in P9 is Hunter, in P10 is Not Look Back, in P11 is Gox, in P12 is Gamey Things, in P13 is Dr. Special Energy, in P14 is Lee, in P15 is Kirikou, in P16 is Jedesavo, in P17 is HOR Punch or Adam, in P18 is Rezanovsky, in P19 is Maestro, and in P20 still no points for Badger. Let's go to the Constructors Championship then.
Yes, Renault is in the lead with Marimanzo, who is pretty much the top player in this tier. Ian Rizanovsky has 282 points, and the second team is Toro Rosso with 198 points, so almost 100 points difference between them. Behind them, there are three teams who are 1 point from each other. That are Red Bull with 112, Race Point and Alfa Romeo with 111 points. In sixth is Haas. They are also not far away from third place with 103 points, just 9 points behind. With 98 points is Ferrari in 7th place, and 8th place is McLaren, 9th is Mercedes and 10th is Williams.
So Williams at a place that you should expect him in real life as well. Uh, we're going to say the reserves of tonight. We got some amount of reserves in. We've got Jimbo Manzi who retired from the league, so he won't be racing anymore in GP3. He was in P2 in the standing, so he will be missed. And Lee is gonna take his full-time seat, so we're gonna see Lee now as full-time Toro Rosso driver, as teammate of Hunter. EVR Sam is gonna reserve for Special Energy, who isn't there tonight. X-Gamer will be reserving in his home race for Kirikou. Leclerc will be reserving for Maestro. And Hooky will be in for Luke Beck. So that are the reserves tonight. Some amount of reserves. Normally it's not that much. But we hope they're gonna bring us the amount of spectacle we are used to get in GP3.
Yes, hopefully, and we have, if you are a trustful follower of our league in the Premier and GP2, we also have a lot of reserves that they can compete at the front and giving us commentators and viewers a spectacular race. So let's hope what Lee and the others can do as a reserve.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because there also is a fair amount of new guys, like the Leclerc guy. I don't know him. I don't know Sam. So it will be interesting on the pace they have. And we're still waiting for one more driver to have a full grid here in Spa-Francorchamps. Just gonna take the stream with me so we can see what you guys are commenting on the stream. We have XGamer, Laserlord, Extradan, and Eklund in the chat. Welcome everybody. Laserlord is supporting Lee and Adam. Hopefully it is the day that it all comes together for Adam, because his luck is not improving. It's just it's not. It's crazy how he has pace, he has the racecraft, but it's not working out for him. We have also Jimbo Manzi in the chat. He is Team Hunter, his former teammate, and Team Hooky. Evening, Jimbo. Lee is gonna cry if it's raining. I can understand that. Yesterday we had a full rain race. I think it was one of the toughest races in my life. So I hope for you guys it will stay dry. The drivers are now readying up. We're still waiting for a few more till the time will start. And now everyone is readying up. It looks like we're gonna be racing with 19 drivers today, not with the full 20 grid. But 19 is a very good amount as well. It looks like James Hook is gonna take his own Williams of GP4 here in GP3. So he won't have to be used to another car. So that only can give him a favor. Gaming Freak is Team Renault. And I hope someone can also let us know the weather report, because that is one of the main factors here today. And if it is like yesterday, that is will be raining and possibly we get a lot of safety cars, then we're gonna be a long time together tonight, Robin.
Yeah, and it's also the longest track of the calendar, so we should be there for a quite a long time.
Yeah, a lap after the safety car is around 3.5 minutes. So imagine the safety car being 3 laps out. You lost more than 10 minutes for 3 laps. So we hope to have a fluent race today. Everyone driving clean. And what will the weather look like in qualifying? I'm gonna see it any second.
Well, we have Singapore coming up in 2 weeks' time, so that's a long set for us.
It is dry for qualifying, so that is something good already. What will it be for the race?
Oh, I disconnected.
And Gaming Freak is my manzo, while my co-commentator disconnected. I hope he has a spare invite.
Yeah, I thought him to send me. Yeah, I've got 2 other invites, so
Alright, great.
I'm good.
And it's gonna be raining towards the end of the race, so once again not a
Ooh.
dry race. It's gonna start dry, so it will be look like for the strategy what the drivers are gonna do while Haas is going out as first. Is that
So,
Felix or is that Sam? It is Sam, the reserve. He is out as first on track. Be carefully out of the pit lane.
well, raining at the end of the race reminds me of the 2008 Grand Prix, where it was quite dry for the whole race, but the last few laps it was raining, and it was quite memorable. If the old followers know, I'm by the way back in the qualifying session, so I can watch with you what will happen.
Seeing a lot of cars coming out already.
Yes, Sam is the first one out on track in the Haas.
Behind him is Gamey Things. And behind Gamey Things is an Alfa Romeo, so that will be or Adam or Surreyet. I think we're gonna be looking at soft times around 1:43.5, I think. I think that's a name they can go for, mid 30 to the 43s.
I think 33, 44
Yeah.
that we'll see today.
Well, Sam is now going through the fast right-hander in sector 3. You can, I call it always like the second straight of the track, because you don't really have a corner, you have to brake for it.
Yeah, this is pretty much the only corner, the last chicane, with that stop.
And it really is the chance of the guys and that are high in the championship to take a backhand for Mari Manzo, because he won't be driving tonight. Just Mikey is reserving in his place. So if someone is fast enough, they can take 26 points to get closer to Mari Manzo. While Sam is now going for the first time through Eau Rouge. It looks very good. Will there be someone in qualifying that loses it at Eau Rouge? It happened yesterday. I'm not gonna call names, but it was in a banana car and it was with driver number 42 and it was a Belgian driver.
No one saw that yesterday, guys, so...
No. I didn't saw it either. I only saw it also.
Well, in the other league I dropped it also, the rules, so we can talk what our problems were.
Sam is now through sector 2. Looks like a quite decent lap, not look too slow. It looks quite decent. What will his sector 2 time be? It is a 15.7.
I think it's quite quick,
Yeah, I
1:15 in
think
the
it's
second sector.
quite good at the moment. You
I think
can't lose
normally
a lot of time in the last sector, only with the last chicane.
that, that's just good judgment you need, and he judged the best of well. So,
Yeah, he loses
oh,
it
didn't think that.
big time.
Oh,
And
44,
44.1, I think he could have gone 3-4 tenths faster maybe, if he didn't have that
easily.
moment at the end. So it looks like that was quite a good time. Gaming thinks it goes to 144.8 and P2 at the moment. Then it will be Adam going into P3 with a 48.0 on the hards, and it will be Hunter with a 144.7 on the mediums in P3. Wow, Felix does a 44.4 on the mediums. Very good lap of the Haas driver. Frederick goes into P2 with
Mike,
144.2.
third.
Mike, the rain master, like we call him. So he will be happy that it will be raining at the end of the race, I think.
Well, it depends in which position he is at when the
That's
rain
true.
drops.
Rezanowski goes into P8 with a 145.3, while X Gamer goes into P9 with on the mediums with a 145.8.
I'm having a look now at Marimanto's replacement. Just Mikey 2509. He's up to the line.
And he
Goes to
goes
P10.
P10. Some improvement possible, at least. Ekelund invalidated his lap. I think we have Erich now, the first one on a lap.
And James Hook just started his lap on the medium.
Will it go well for Erich through Eau Rouge?
Ooh.
Looks good. Yellow in sector 2, there is a McLaren letting faster cars by.
Mike is the driver who caused the yellow flag, but just getting out of the way.
Erich puts then the fastest sector 1 of the session at the moment. And Jimbo saying something very smart, I think. Qualifying on the mediums, and then they'll possibly go till the rain. So you don't have to pit an extra pit stop then. So are we gonna see drivers qualifying on the mediums? There are some good times on mediums. Some really fast times. I'm looking to Mike and Felix in example 44.4. That's only 3 tenths off of the provisional pole time at the moment. While
And
Erich invalidated.
I know from my own experience that the mediums can last pretty much to the 40 laps. So yeah, it depends when the rain will come, but softs can go to around lap 8,
Yeah,
and
8
then
and
they're
9.
pretty much done.
If there's a safety car, they can go to 10, 11, I think. Depends on
Yeah,
how hard you race on them. James Hook now, the GP4 reserve, going towards the finish line. What time will he set on the mediums? It will be a 146.2, putting him into P12 at the moment. We have no one on a time lap at the moment.
No, they are all coming in for their second fly, and this is also one of the tracks where you need to be aware of the time that's left, as the in and your out and in lap is already 3.5 minutes, and then you have your flying lap, so you are 5 minutes away on the track. And now we have a little 10 minutes left, so you need to judge the time right. Both Ferraris are heading out.
Jeddah was now the only one on a time lap. He's going through a rouge and loses it. Jeddah retires. That's the first one. That was expected. That was quite a big crash as well. And that will bring the mechanics in a problem. They're gonna try and bring the car good for the race now. Quite a big crash. Jeddah will be starting from the back because he didn't put a time in either. So that is not looking good.
And we have, by the way, a driver on the fly, and it's Eckland 88 with the fastest first sector for the moment.
The only thing he has to watch out for is that he doesn't make the same mistake as Jeddah crashing out before setting a time lap. Eckland can do very good things in the championship today if he can get a good result. Every point he gets will be coming closer to Mari Manzo. But it's such a big lead that I think Mari Manzo doesn't even is bothered too much with missing one race.
Is Eckland the highest driver we have?
He is, he's in P2.
Oh.
With Surrey behind him. Both didn't set a time lap yet.
116.4 in the second sector by Eckland. I think it will put him
it's not gonna be
5.
Yeah, it's not gonna be pole, I think. Around P3, 4 I think is possible. It's gonna depend how he's gonna do at the last chicane. If he loses his backhand here, it's very easy to lose it. He doesn't do it. What will it be for Eckland? It will be P7, 44.9. I reckon he can go much faster than that.
Yes, and Jamie thinks he's on the lap on the mediums, and his time that he, as said previously, was on a soft tire, and it's currently P6. So I wonder.
Yeah, he's faster on his mediums. That's very interesting.
So he might have, or now
And
2.5.
yeah, he lost 4 tenths in sector 2. Probably he heard what we said about starting on the mediums to go till the rain. But I don't think he's gonna improve his lap now on the that he said on the softs before.
Well, it would have been an interesting call from someone to try that strategy, which is obviously a gamble. But
yeah, if you like have a bad lap as first one on the softs, you still can improve it. It's not gonna be easy, but it's still possible. A lot of guys in sector 2 now.
Hunter is 8 tenths up.
8 tenths up. Will this be the first 143 we're gonna looking at today? Will Hunter take provisional pole? It looks like it's not perfectly through the last corner, but he takes provisional pole with 143.7.
Almost a second quicker than his previous lap.
Very, very good lap. Frederick, the next one to cross the line. I think Frederick is one of the more inconsistent drivers. The one race he is winning, the next race he is out of the points. So hopefully he can show some good pace on that, but he's not improving his lap.
Oh, Mario's off. He was on the improvement, so he spun properly at the inside curve of Paul, which is yeah, a curb, if you drive on it, it will kill you.
Lee
If you
now
put it in
finishing his
that way.
first lap. He's going into P6. Uh, the new driver, we can say, the new full-time driver, and the Toro also replacing Jimbo Manzi. He goes back to P7 now. Who else do we have on a lap? We have Gamey Tanks again on a lap. Now he is improving on his mediums. Can he improve his soft time on his mediums? If he can, he really... No,
No.
he's going into the pits.
His delta might have dropped into the red. That's why he pitted.
Suryatt is now on a lap. He is P3 in the championship while Ben is out of the session. And
Oh,
that is quite a
Sam.
strange place to go out.
Yeah, so let's take a look on board with Frederick. He's quite
Yeah,
close to him.
we saw him there. I don't know what happened there. It's
He
quite
dropped it.
strange.
He dropped it.
Maybe he touched the curb and lost it totally. But it's a strange place to crash, I think.
Yeah, you don't see crashes there too often. Or there must
No,
be
you
contact
don't.
with someone.
I think there's possibly contact that we didn't caught on stream. And it looks like Suryatt is not doing a very good lap. He's going back into the pits. He still needs to
And
set a lap or it will be a very, very difficult race for him today.
and Adam has gone out on the mediums.
Everyone is not improving on the laps. Liddy is going in as well, X-Gamer as well. Rosanovsky isn't fast as well. So we only have Adam on a lap at the moment. On his out lap now. He'll be looking to
Well,
go around the second fast around the mediums, maybe to go around to top 10.
it may have been a long time ago for him to score points in GP3, but he scored points in the Premier Division, funny enough, and on first day.
Yeah, he didn't give up and that took him some points and in the Premier. So we're expecting big things today from Adam. I think Adam is a guy that his race pace is better than his qualifying pace. While James Hook retires on the pits, he's not going to do another lap. Adam puts in the fastest sector 1. Wow, that's interesting.
Sometimes I ask myself if it's true,
Yeah,
because
indeed.
a medium should be much slower than a soft, especially after a hairpin like you have in turn one, where traction is so important.
What will Adam be looking at? I think Adam is the only
Probably,
one that knows if it's fast enough to really take a very good time of it.
I think he will target to be as close as he can to the top 10.
He will. A lot of close times as well, from P8 to P10, only 1/10 away, so 3 drivers very close to each other. And a lot of guys on an outlap as well now. It looks like Sam, Erich and Gox are not gonna do another lap. Oh, Sam is out now, just as Erich. So they'll be going at the very last moment possible. Adam, the first one to cross his final lap of this qualifying session. What will it be for the Alfa Romeo driver? It will be P13 with a 145.4 on the mediums.
Half a second off the top 10, but that are all soft runners, so it shouldn't be a shame for that.
Now we're gonna look to Mike. You possibly can say he brought new life into the McLaren team.
Yes, they are climbing up the table since he joined them.
Driving very, very fast through a rouge, looking very good at the moment. He's gonna take some slipstream from Adam in front of him.
Oh, Badger is going onto the gravel and spun.
That is just
Hopefully.
in front here of Mike.
Oh, he gets right into the way! Ooh.
Ooh, he's off the track now, luckily. Because Mike is already 4 tenths improving in the first sector. That really was a purple sector 1. Because that was crazily fast. Can he take that line into sector 2 and sector 3?
Oh, Mike drops it
Oh, he lost it,
again.
no. He was up for pole time and they crashed into each other!
Oh, and the rudder was improving. Oh, Mike at the
Oh,
first place
and
got
Mike gets a
grip
5 place
penalty.
grab penalty. I think that's a right decision. Oh, I don't know if Mike lost traction. And that's why he was on the racing line. But it looked very bad indeed. That is not what you want, as the run-up was improving as well. He's gonna be furious, I think.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Badger is not improving, so the first one will be the Red Bull of Ekelund. Only P10. He needs to improve big time. Well,
But he
Gox
is
and
improving big time.
Surreyet didn't set a time yet, and Gox isn't gonna set a time. So he will be
So
starting from P18. No,
well, they.
P19,
I
sorry.
think that Sawyer will be um, finishing quite high. He's in the 115 at the second sector.
Ekelund goes into P3 with 144.0.
Good lap time. I'm looking at Sawyer. He is exiting now the bus stop.
What will
What?
Surya do? Will he
Good, could be a good
go to
time.
provisional pole? No,
Ooh.
P3. 143.9. Next
Well,
car.
Frederick can take pole. What will he do?
He
Yes!
will! The 143.5, my expectation got right, and Lee goes into
Here comes
P9.
Felix. Felix to free.
Felix goes into P3.
And here goes Sam.
X Game goes into P8. The GP4 is up. What will Sam do? Can he still take pole position? Oh,
Oh,
loses
wait,
the
that's very
backhand.
clever
That will
doing.
again cost him time, but he still takes pole
Oh, yes!
position!
Holy good! Here goes EJ. Haven't on it.
Sam takes pole position, even with losing the backhand again in the last turn. He is looking very fast, so the Haas reserve takes himself onto pole with a great lap 143.5, just in front, 8 thousandths faster than Frederick. Then it's Hunter in P3, Frefster in P4, Erich in P5, Surrey in P6, Ekelon in P7, Gamey in P9, in P8, I'm sorry, Xgamer in P9, Lee in P10. Mike qualified in P11, but he will be starting from P16. Then it's Mikey in P12, the run-up P13, Rizanowski P14, Adam P15, Badger P16, James Hook P17, Jedisavo P18, and Gox didn't set a time.
I think we might will see a call from Ben for Mike, I think, for the next week's Italian Grand Prix.
Yeah,
Oh.
as the view that we had on it, I think that's a very possible. The only thing I can say is that Mike lost traction, went back onto the track after he went off track, and didn't had the possibility to control his car yet.
And from an oil car's perspective, you come there with such a high speed.
Yeah, that was a big
And
crash.
yeah, maybe there was nothing um, the runner was it could do.
Yeah, it was. And he was improving the run up, so we don't know what his position would have been.
It wasn't as a big improvement as Mike did, but an improvement is an improvement.
It's true. You always drive for an improvement, and if it doesn't work in that way, you're always upset with it.
Yes, and it's quite dark,
It is.
so cloudy at Spa-Francorchamps.
We'll be looking to the tires the drivers went on. We have the top 11 on the soft tires. Then we have the run-up on the mediums, Rizanovsky on softs. Then we have Adam, Badger, Mike, Jedesavo and Gox on mediums, and James Hook chose the hard tires to start with. So the only one we are sure that will go till the rain on this tires will be James Hook. Because the hard tires can literally do 22 laps, he can do the whole race without going off too much.
Yes, but the hard tires are also too slow, so.
Yeah, they're very, very bad at this track. So we'll see what he can do here in GP3.
And I think we will also see a lot of safety cars, so there will also be free pit stops probably be made if they are on the right lap.
Indeed. Personally, I wouldn't chosen the hard tires, but that's for
Me
everyone different,
neither.
of course.
Hard will be for me a no-go as they are just too slow and softs and mediums are
Well,
the,
Ben
the
is
race tires.
driving in P14 now, so I think he had a moment that he spun or something. Because he normally is P3, he's now in P14 for the formation lap. 19 drivers fighting today for the win. And the drivers
Yes,
at the top of the championship, a little bit further away. It's Felix that is in P6 in the championship. He's in P4. And Frederick, who is in P5, I think, is in P2. But Ekelund second in the championship, P7. Surrey third in the championship is P6. So that will be interesting, the battle between the both.
Frederick has shown some good races, but like for example in Hungary where he had the alternate strategy, which was actually working for him, but he had the unfortunate collision with Hunter. It was in the last few laps of the race, and he won in Austria, so he has the pace to win a GP3 race. So let's see what he can do from second place and have a battle with Sam hopefully. And I think we all hope that his teammate Felix will now have a clean race without bad luck.
Let's hope it for him.
Let's see what is gonna happen today.
The drivers are lining up on the grid. Gox is the last one. What will it be? We have the green flag waving. Waiting till the red lights are going on. There they are. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. It looks like quite a bad start from Sam. So I imagine Frederick has the better of him down the outside. Is going to make the move. Sam is down the inside still. What is going on? Hunter is on the inside of Sam. He has to worry about the wall. It's Hunter in P2. Sam kept that P1. Will everyone survive Eau Rouge for the first time this race? It looks like it. Anything happening on the back? No, everyone survived it.
No.
Mike is going in front of James Hook now. Don't know what
Oh,
happened for Mike in the start. Well, Frederick and Hunter are fighting now. And Frederick has gone past Hunter again. Erich made a move on Fafser in the beginning. But Fafser brakes really late. Almost touches Erich down. He will lose the position now to Surrey as
Lee takes
well.
a position.
Also Lee, wow, that was a great move of Lee. He saw his chance and took it perfectly. X-Game also made a plays up. Adam had the worst start together with Felix, both losing 3 positions. And Lee and Gox had the best start with 4 positions gained.
Ulrich Ganowski goes around the outside of the run-up. And he's up to P13.
That was quite a good move.
And the run-up has damage to both sides of his front wing.
And Mike is trying to move up the field again now. Looks like he's faster than the cars in front, but he needs to find a gap where he can get past them. Well, Gox is now fighting with the run-up. This
Mike
side
goes
to
around the
side,
outside of
Mike,
Glock.
the outside of the Glock. Of Gok, I'm sorry.
Ed Clark.
Watch, yeah, Jedisawa gets a 3-second time penalty already for a corner.
Oh,
Cutting,
contact between Mike and
contact
Gox.
between Gox and Mike. I don't think Gox expected Mike to be there. Well, the run-up goes into the pit lane because he had damage.
Ulrich Ganowski and Beckett go side by side.
Are they going side to side through Eau Rouge? No, Badger lifted up a little
Luckily
bit, I
not.
think.
Oh, that's
Oh,
that's
Rizanovsky
oh,
loses
he's
it!
out.
He's out of this race, and
Safety
that
safety
is a
car.
virtual safety car. They survived lap 1, but in lap 2 someone is victim of Eau Rouge, and it is the Renault of Rizanovsky.
Yeah, so Badger wasn't quite stable through Rouge, and Rizkanovsky had the worst stability and has crashed out of the Belgian Grand Prix.
And we have our first virtual safety car, and it is in lap 2. And Lee gets a drive-through
Holy!
penalty, speeding under the virtual safety car. Just as the same car did a few weeks ago, now Lee on the Toro Rosso gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. Not what you want to do.
No, and Adam did a illegal overtake.
Ooh, Adam got a 5-second penalty for gaining 1 place under the safety car.
Oh my God, Adam! Oh,
Is Mike gonna try down the inside? Yes, he will. Looks like an easy move for him. And he's now up into P14 while Lee is taking his drive-through penalty. He had a very good start, but now he's gonna be in P17 back.
but let's take a look at the front. Frederick is quite close to Sam, and there now is DRS enabled, and the DRS is quite powerful around here.
Yeah, it
Sam is
really
going
is.
to the inside, I think. Oh,
Trying
Frederick
to
goes down the
defend.
inside.
Break down the inside, puts also a faster
Side
sector
by
1.
side.
Not the
Oh,
great camera view, but it's still Sam in front.
oh, it is off.
I think there happened something between Erich and Surdan.
Yeah, there is contact between the two. They were going side by side. Oh,
Well,
and
Erich is
Gox
going
and
very slowly on track now.
Mike is going around the other side of Gox.
Yeah, Gox already moved up 7 places, so great stuff for him. We have a
Oh,
yellow
is
in
that
sector 1,
one?
that
There's
is
another one,
Badger.
but it's a Rouge. He didn't get damage, so I will ask to him how did he manage that?
Yeah, the second victim of Radion. But he didn't clip a wall, that's quite spectacular, I think. If you lose it on a Rouge, you don't hit a wall on a Radion. But he did it. I'm gonna ask him how, I think. And do the same next season. If I lose it.
Yeah, and it's not a runoff like Paul Ricard where you have 2
No.
kilometers of runoff.
You have to do something special if you want to crash on the Paul Ricard.
Yeah, flying to Spain or something, but
Sam puts in the fastest lap of the... oh yeah, everyone's putting the fastest lap now because the safety car was the lap before. Gamey thinks is the fastest, the closest battle I mean, on track at the moment. He is
well,
3
Ekelund is
tenths
also
behind
close.
Ekelund. No! Hunter is out!
No!
Victim number 3 of Radiant of Eau Rouge. And again a virtual safety car.
And we have to say, it isn't the season of Toro Rosso.
No, it isn't. It isn't the race as well. Both Torossos were looking good, and now they're both. One is out and one is in the back of the field. Oi, 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 oi. Lap 4, and we already have 3 victims at one of the most difficult parts of any circuit. And it looks like this virtual safety cars are gonna bring a very... Jesus, that was loud. Okay, someone is honking in your streets.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but okay. Welcome to the Netherlands, I think.
Yeah, in front of my street, someone is, yeah, can't find the English word for it, but You
Yeah,
probably know what I mean.
I know what you intended, yeah. We have Ekelund and Gamey Things both close to X-Gamer. X-Gamer now leaving a gap of around 2 seconds to Felix.
Well, Eckland is quite close to X-Gamer.
Yes, he is. Is he gonna try and make a move already?
On
Looks
the,
like he's gonna
around the
try the
outside.
outside. He's gonna have the inside on the next corner
Ooh,
then. And it looks like
good
he's got the
move.
move made. X-Gamer still side to him. Gamey Things will be watching this very closely.
Yes, but now will X-Gamer get the RS for the camel straight?
He will. But I think X-Gamer is gonna be on more pressure from Gamey Things, and he will have the ability to attack on Ekelund in front of him.
Oh, Gaming things will have a massive run. Oh,
Ekelund with a
Eckland.
3-second penalty. That won't help him.
Oh, Frederick goes
Well,
into the
Frederick
lead.
goes into the lead. Oh, Sam trying to cut it back. He's not made that move while Erich
Oh,
goes in front of just
X-Gamer.
Mikey. X-Gamer touches the grass there.
Oh, that's not good news.
JDSV all over the back of Gox now. Looks like JDSV has quite good pace. Made 6 places up just as Mike. A lot
Well,
of
the
places
McLaren.
gained for the most teams, for the most drivers.
Yeah, and both McLarens were after turn 1 in 18th and 19th, so they seem to have such a good race pace.
Yeah, they're already on P10 and P12, and it looks like JSL is gonna make a move to P11 anytime soon. Maybe in sector 3 here. It's not the easiest pass to overtake, but it is very possible in the last chicane.
Mike
We're
to
on
9th.
board with
Oh, already.
JSL.
Oh,
It's not gonna be a move. We have Frederick and Sam still fighting for the lead. A little bit braking too late for Sam there. He loses a tenth from that. He's gonna be able to come close enough to Frederick to make a move in
seems to be
turn
too
3.
far away.
I think he will be too far away.
Yes, he
Yeah, he
will.
will. Then we have the fight Fefster versus Surrey. Fefster moves up into P3. Nothing Surrey can do about that. Easy move for Felix. And now just Mikey. Looks like he's gonna get in front again of Mike. Yes, he will.
The battle of the Mikeys.
And JD Savo is now
Oh,
fighting with
Mike!
Gox.
Look at Mike! Round the outside!
Wow, that's a great move of Mike. I thought he had lost the position there, but he did amazing to get that position back.
But it was a kind of a switchback move, and he had the good traction out of the corner, and he made the move stick.
Yes, he did. And we still have JD Savo very close behind Gox. But it looks like JD Savo is not having, I don't know, the straight line speed to get in front of him. Because he's literally on the back of Gox in the corners. But it looks like he's not having the pace to really can go in front of him.
So Gaming Things and X-Gamer. Gaming Things is now in front of the Ferrari, but X-Gamer won't give up. Who sticks his nose in? No. Oh, X-Gamer goes into the pits. So is this an undercut?
I think it is an undercut opportunity for him. Still looks quite good for the weather. It's not looking too cloudy yet.
For the moment, yes.
But Jedesava is now finally gonna make a move on Gox. Is he gonna make it stick? Gox is gonna try and cut it back, but Jedesava is now in front of him. But now Gox will get slipstream, as will Adam behind Gox.
Oh, you can just see the dirt in the air effect.
Yeah, he went much wider than he expected. Gox is now gonna try and fight back. Is Adam also gonna try and make a move? He looked for it. He was just too far away while Sam is out of this race!
What? Oh,
I
how
think there
did
was
he get
contact
it
then.
there?
I think there must be contact between Frederick and
Oh,
Sam, because you don't really lose at regular base there. But
yeah, man.
our pole position is out of this race. Our pole sitter not longer competing in this race. We're seeing him on the right side there. His car is now gone.
Well, you
But
may can lose in on traction, but that's just too far away into the corner.
yeah, you can like hit that curb a little bit and get a little bit off, but not into the wall, I expect. We don't know what happened, but I think it was due to contact. And now Felix has moved up to P2 after quite a bad start, losing 3 positions. Now he's back there. And Erich is all over the back of Game Eating, so that will be interesting to watch. Now with the
Frederick has come
restart.
in. Frederick has come in just when the Virtual 6 car ended.
So he is trying to block off possible undercut attempt. Erich just too far away to make move on Game Eatings. We have yellow in sector 3, that's Badger again, it's another race for him. Now
Oh,
Erich on the back of
Sapo
Game
and Frederick around here.
Eatings.
Look at JD Sapo and Frederick, side by side through.
Oh,
Oh,
Frederick lost a lot
oh,
of
JD
places
Sapo lost
there.
it. JD Sapo lost it.
No! JSR lost it! Victim number 4. Oh, and James Hook just avoiding him down the outside.
Frederick around the outside of
Frederick with
Adam.
Adam.
Yes.
I
No,
think he
no.
made the move.
Adam
Not yet,
too.
Adam is fighting it back. But the new tires are winning the fight now. Seeing great action here. Mike now in P5. Starting from P16. Moved up 11 places already. In only 8 laps.
It's quite sad that he got a grid penalty and Frederick did his lap pass. I think he's the best races, let's say the best driver with the pace.
I think he
It's
has
not
the best
easy.
race pace, yes.
It's not easy to be at the back and climbing up to the top 5, even though there are a few guys who have made pit stops, but that doesn't get away with the fact that he's got amazing pace. As EJ in front of him goes in the
Erich goes
pit,
into the pits indeed. We have
and
Frederick now going in front of Gox. So he's moving up the field quite fast.
and I wonder how X Games undercut will gonna work in the next few laps.
I'm gonna see it. I think he's gonna be in front of just Mikey. Don't think he's gonna be in front of Erich.
Oh,
Well, the
there
run-up is
could be.
closing in big time now on X-Gamer. But the run-up
X
still
Game,
needs to
X Game
pit
will have a
again.
run. X Game will have a run on EJ.
Yeah, but
After.
X-Gamer also have to watch out in his back for the run-up.
Oh, X
While
Gamer!
the run-up goes really
Look
wide
back
just
there.
as X-Gamer, Jesus.
Oh.
X-Gamer now will have to defend from the run-up. With DRS down the inside. Good defending. Thought X-Gamer was more thinking about him making a move of Erich and really defending to the run-up. Next year you could say he's fighting against 2 Mercedeses. Because yeah, the new Racing Point is literally the Mercedes car.
Yes.
Going back to the lead of the race, Felix is in the lead now, 2 seconds ahead of Surriot. He still needs to pit. Frederick is in the virtual lead. He's only, I'm gonna look to the gap between him and Faster. 14 seconds away. Well, Felix now goes into the pits. Surrey still staying out. Ekelund goes into the pits as well. Mike is staying out. Well, Gogs got a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings.
Things goes in.
Fastest lap. He's
That's
now
a
in
sign
free
that the
air.
tops are off.
Will Frederick be in front of Felix? I think he will. Yes, he will. There will be quite a gap between them. Felix coming out in P6. And quite a gap behind him, so that's good for him. Just have to watch out now on the cold tires to not go too fast in a rouge. Well, the run-up is still behind X Game. X Game having a moment on rouge and radio. So now he'll be defending again, but he won't be able to do anything about this. Will he late braking? He will. Is he gonna secure the position? No, he lost it now. The run-up moves into P10. No game things.
I'm quite interested to see how Mike will go when he puts on the softs in.
If he.
Probably for, yeah, I think
yeah.
I think Julius will first put the softs on and will probably have rain for maybe 2 or 3 laps, or it doesn't become rain.
Yeah, it
but
doesn't really seem as it's gonna be raining anytime soon. Because the sun is shining.
Sergio goes into the pits, he's fighting with Felix, I think.
Yes, he was. He was 2 seconds behind Felix. So where will he come out? While Felix is on the back now of Adam, the other Alfa Romeo. Looks like Sergio lost a lot of time with that pit stop a lap later. While Felix is on the back of HOR Punch. He's gonna try and make a move on him. We're on board now. It looks like he's just too far away. Is he gonna still try? Yes, he will! And what a move of Felix. Knows he's on much fresher tires that he can make it work. He's into P5 now.
Oh, the run-up at James Hook.
Well, Gamey Tanks on X Game went side to side. Gamey Tanks now up into P11. Those 4 cars are still fighting. 2 Williams, a Mercedes and a Ferrari. 7 seconds behind him is a Lee. No, the race he would have wanted to come back as full-time driver into GP3. Picking up that drive-through penalty. And we have some more information about the crash of Sam. He hit the outside curb of the bend. And yeah, you can't do anything about it anymore than if you hit that curb. So it wasn't with contact with another driver, he just hit a curb. So he retired from the race in P17.
Yeah, that curb is quite high, and if you take a risk by driving up the curb, you could risk a DNF, and that's what probably has happened. It's quite close for P9, by the way.
It is.
Oh!
He's gonna try and make a move. That came out of nowhere, but it looks like a very, very good move. Still side to side with Gamey Tinks. Now Gamey Tinks will have the inside of the first corner.
Well, they go side by side.
We have yellow in sector 1, and that is Ekelund. No, it is the Cox. Victim number 5.
He just passed the halfway point, so...
Is he gonna let by his teammate? Yes, he will. And now he can be a block to Erich behind him. But Erich is gonna try and make a move already down the outside. Why a move from Erich? Looks like Gox's tires are quite overheated. Because he's struggling a lot now. James Hook up into P9. Still a fight between James Hook, the run-up, Gamey Tanks and X-Gamer. Lee closed in 3 seconds on 2 laps to X-Gamer now. While Gox has lost it again. Going very right. He has some damage as well.
Oh, big damage.
I think it's dark orange. Yeah, he's letting the car through. I think it will be race over for Gox.
Yeah.
That is quite hard damage down the right side. He's not able to turn anymore like he has to.
Oh,
Oh, very close to that wall there as well. Well,
oh,
Felix
Senna.
is now going very quickly.
We have a battle for the lead now
We
between
have.
Frederick and Felix.
And Felix is putting fastest lap in every single lap, so it looks like he has a better pace of Frederick. Will he be close enough this lap already? Felix is looking very good through Eau Rouge. He will now have a chance to go into Felix. Look, the overspeed, wow!
337 kilometers per hour he was going.
Felix was
That's
crazy fast on the straight. While X Gaming gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. And now we have Surrey behind Horpunch. Will Adam let his teammate through? Because they're already 5.5 seconds behind the two leaders. And will the rain come early enough for Mike? I think that's the only thing that really can save him at the moment. I think if he pits, he will be back around P7.
I think 5. It's 18 seconds to Egeland and 16 to Surrey.
Yeah, he will be behind Surrey, I think.
Special win will be between 18-20 seconds.
Yeah, something like that.
Here comes Surrey, Adam to the inside of Blanchimont.
Yeah, Adam is letting him by.
Oh, Michael's in.
Mike goes in, so it doesn't look like it's gonna be raining early enough. Maybe they're not even gonna switch till intermediate tires, or we have the wrong information. That's also a possibility. Well, Felix again puts in the fastest lap. It looks like he's running away from Frederick. Will this finally be the first win of Felix this season? 8 laps to go.
Oh, he is on fire. That's what he can say. Oh, look what Mike comes out. Just P5.
Ooh, just in front of Ekelund. He will now have to defend from him on those fresh softs, but he is gonna have amazing pace on those softs.
Yes,
He's already
he
gonna
will.
make a move on Adam, who still needs to pit. Into P4. Next target for him is Surrey now. Then there's a 6.5 seconds gap to Frederick.
And Mike has an 8-second gap to Felix. So if the race will stay dry, would you give him a chance for winning the race?
I think that's possible. I think he's gonna have more than 1 second advantage of the new tires the first few laps. So if he can close it in enough in the first few laps, he'll possibly still have the pace to do something at the end of the race.
The race is far from over, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Gamey takes a spun!
Oh no!
I think that was contact between one of those cars. They were still fighting with 4 closely to each other. And Gamey Tanks is a victim of it.
He had such a promising race for the team.
He had.
Oh, Mike to third.
Mike to third already. Look to the pace.
Yes, a little 8 seconds now. Let's see what it is up to the line.
6.4 seconds to Frederick. Well, Ekelund now also goes in front of HOR Punch. I think he's still waiting to pit till the rain comes. But I really don't see it coming early enough to switch to Inters.
I don't really think it's gonna rain anymore, but yeah, it's a long lap, so the weather can change quite quickly around
Lee now
here.
trying to make the move down the inside on X Gamer. Yeah, side to side. Someone is gonna have to hold it up a little bit. Because you really can't go side to side through a rose. Oh, they're gonna try it. No way they're gonna try it side to side to a rose. This can't go good. No, it doesn't. Lee is out. Contact between Lee and X Gamer. And Lee is not having a good race. Virtual safety car as well. That will be bad for Mike for his race till to Frederick. But we said it. It's not possible to go side to side through Eau Rouge. Well, let's say it is possible, but 90% of the time you will crash. And that is what happened with Lee. And he also gets a
Oh,
drive to. Oh my god. So the thing now for Lee is he will be first need to serve his drive-through penalty, then do a lap again with the damage, and then pit to replace the damage.
and
So I
because of
wouldn't
that,
be surprised if he retires from the race.
and because of this VSC, Frederick has closed up to Felix into the DRS range.
Yes, he had. It looks like Frederick got, Felix, I mean, got a bad restart from it. Well, Gaming Things now goes in front of Lee. Lee can
Oh,
turn
yellow.
anymore. Well, there's something happened with Erich. Erich has spun in the last chicane.
Oh,
We have a yellow in sector 3. That is Lee going slowly. Well, James Hook now goes into the pits.
oh, Frederick gets a free second.
Oh, that's not good for him.
I
Well,
will
indeed, it
see.
is starting to get a little bit darker.
I'll, by the way, Felix is quite close to a penalty, so there might be an equal game. And Mike has only 2 warnings.
So Mike will be trying to take the best of the situation. And if I'm right, Lee... Oh no, Lee is first gonna pit. And then gonna need to serve his drive-through penalty. Well, Jilly Star was now all over the back of James Hook. He's gonna be too far away to make a move already on this lap.
Well, if we're gonna talk about Liam, since I'm commentating with you at GP3 and he raced a few races, he always had such bad luck. And
Yeah, he
if
did.
if you remember Austria, where it was a rain-dry situation,
Yes.
he gambled at the wrong time and his race was gone.
Yeah, I think everyone knows his pace because the first time in China he reserved, he was P2, his first time reserving. So there he showed what he can do, but it doesn't seem like his luck is very good at the moment. And is Adam gonna try to go till the end? Because he did pit already. He's on 15 lap old mediums. That means he had pitted in lap 1. And it looks like if he can make the tires go till the end, he's gonna be in P6, P7 I mean. Maybe he's gonna get in front of, maybe Erich is gonna be in front of him on the fresher tires towards the end. But is it possible to do 21 laps on the mediums? That's a question now. Because I still don't really see the rain coming early enough to go into the Entus.
But he has to make a pit stop because of the tire rule, so he
Did he
needs to
start on the
make a pit.
mediums?
Yeah, his mediums are 16 laps old.
Oh.
So
Well,
this
the run-up now picks up a 5. Just Mikey and on right. Oh yeah, he still needs to stop indeed, I'm sorry. I thought he pitted on lap 1, but that's a mistake of me, sorry. So he won't be able to hold that position. So I don't know what he is. He knows something we don't know, and that something is rain.
it's easy scrambling. And by the way, I have always the. Oh, Badger, we lost.
Badger retired on the pit lane. Once
Oh,
again,
okay.
not his race. And once again, he's not gonna take any points.
And Mike is now 2 seconds away from the top 2.
Is Mike still gonna make it happen? Remember, Frederick got a 3-second penalty, so at the moment Mike is already in P2.
Well, if he can get them before the rain will start, he's a very lucky man.
Yeah, and if we're still gonna need to go onto the Entus, we know the pace of Mike in the wet. is from another division, I think.
In the rain, he's just like a Lewis Hamilton or a
He is, or
Verstappen.
Verstappen, yeah. It's amazing how he can drive in the rain.
Yeah, Hungary last weekend, I think Britain, he was just the one that was the fastest. And it's gone. Oh, and it
It's
started
raining.
raining. Why don't talk about it?
So did Adam made the right move? And is he gonna finally gonna take points again?
What a good result will this be for Alpha?
Yeah, it will. If they can keep this up, P4, P6. At the moment, best scoring team.
For the best scoring team is Felix for the moment. With 25. All he has to 26, I think. As he got the fastest lap. Oh
Yeah,
no,
and
my
no one will be improving that if he got it. I'm gonna look who has the fastest
Mike
lap.
has it.
Oh, Mike. So Mike will get an extra point at the end of the race.
And I think Mike will be in a slightly advantage with the tires. The softs are more grip than mediums. And the softs are younger than the mediums of cars in front of him.
It seems like Adam is struggling a lot on those tires now, because
Yeah,
Erich is gonna get him. But the gap behind that is 15 seconds, so Adam has to do this. It's really possible if his tires can keep if he can keep his tires alive. But it's also quite close between Surrey and Ekelund. And Mike is almost back in DRS range while Erich is gonna make the move on the punch.
will we see some drivers crash at Eau Rouge with this change in ambition?
It's indeed another
Oh,
Oh
right,
no,
I talk about it.
Adam! That
I'm not
makes my
gonna.
heart go stand for a second.
I'm not gonna say anything about crashing anymore.
No, we're not gonna do the commentators curse. Jesus Christ, that was really
Oh,
close for Adam.
oh, look at Lee. He's going on to the Indus.
I think that's true.
But he's almost going to get lapped,
Yeah,
so.
no.
And it's getting
It's
out
not
of the
gonna
way.
work, I think. I think it's just too early once again. And Mike is now 7 tenths away of Frederick.
Will he make a move before the bus stop?
Felix really needs to stay
Oh,
penalty
Felix is
free.
off! Felix is off!
No! No! Can you believe it?
I saw a car go out and it was Felix, but now here comes Mike. He has a massive run on Felix. Oh! They had to brake to Blanchimont. So the
Can you
rain is
believe the
really
bad
affecting.
luck of Felix?
Oh,
Are they gonna get
Frederick.
in?
Oh, Frederick. Oh,
Frederick is
Frederick
going
pit.
in!
Oh,
Mike is
okay.
not! This is... No,
Oh,
Mike
Mike is...
spun!
No.
It's
Oh,
time for Inters!
is it the
It is time
crossover
for
point?
Inters! I think Mike
Oh.
lost his race here. Yes, he did! It's almost impossible for him to drive. Mike lost his race in lap 20.
Will he drop it there?
Look how slow he's going
No.
through Eau Rouge.
It's 14 seconds.
DRS is now
Now it's
disabled.
disabled.
This is a crossover point. Everyone will get into the pits now. And look how slowly Mike has to go now to not spin his car.
And now Adam is pitting, put on the Indus, and go is in P7.
So Adam will all lose positions. Adam made a fantastic move here on strategy. The 20 laps on mediums. Wow.
Impressive.
And I'm feeling bad now for James Hook, who pitted a few laps ago and he was on the hards. So he could have gone points as well, while Mike gets totally left behind from Lee, who has already lapped on the Inters. Frederick only 12 seconds behind anymore. Adam even has a chance maybe to get Mike back. Because Mike is really going so slowly.
Well, Mike is a ringmaster, but I don't think he will repair the damage he is getting now.
I think Mike is maybe even trying to stay out in this lap as well. He's 7.6 seconds ahead. Oh, but it's not possible.
No.
It's not possible. He lost his race.
And I think he will only drop. He will close to Felix.
He will be close to Felix indeed.
With
But it will
70
be
seconds
Frederick
he will
who will be running away with this win.
Yes.
You only need to
And he
survive the track 2 more times.
That's a saving rule.
Yeah, while Lee gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. But he is 33 seconds behind the car in front, so that won't really matter for him. Well, Mike gets in front of Ekelund. And he is now gonna try and get Felix back. Just still whoa. But it seems like he's not very comfortable at the moment. In Eau Rouge, we have a spinner. That is X-Gamer.
Oh.
And he will need to pit again. He has damage. Another reserve he would have wanted to drive today. He's not showing the class in GP3 from reserving as the class he's showing in GP4. Once again, not the result he would have looked for. 1.8 seconds between Mike and Fefser.
And it is also not far away, so this is I will check if this is a fair fight for second and third.
Well, just Mikey gets a 3-second time penalty.
Whoa?
Just Mikey in P10.
Oh, thought it was Mike, but oh, Ekelund has got a penalty, so it's going to be between Felix and Mike. So the top three, so as you see now, could be the top three in a few minutes' time in the podium interviews. Oh,
While
we lost
Lee retired in the pit lane. With 1 lap to go.
Yeah, there wasn't really a point.
No. While the run-up is now very close to Adam. Don't know where he came from. But it seems like he's gonna make a move on the final lap. While we have yellow in sector 1, that is for the car of Lee. And it looks like Felix is faster than Mike at the moment. 1.9 seconds. It was 1.7 a lap ago.
Quite eagle.
Well, Felix got a 3-second penalty. No, 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 no.
Oh, sorry, you lost it. Sorry, you lost it.
He did. Oh, victim number 6 in the rain. Oh, my heart. Jesus Lord Almighty Christ.
I freaking jumped out of my chair in my room.
Me too. Holy.
I was on board with E3, and when I was on board, I was just right in his engine.
And Adam now has a good chance to go to P6. Well, the run-up gets a 3-second penalty. So it looks like the podium will be Frederick, Felix, and Mike. Mike will, I think, get P2 of Felix. Oh, he has to lose 9 more tenths. Looks like he is losing some time. Well, Adam is now behind his teammate. Ooh, and look how wide Surge is going with the damage.
Oh, Adam
gets a 3-second penalty. No! That can cost him some points.
He has 9 seconds.
Oh no. Wow, Frederick is now onto the last chicane. He did an amazing job. Not expected, but what a great victory for Frederick. He wins the Belgian Grand Prix. Making the right strategy call. Felix will be finishing in P2 on track, but he will go to P3 with penalties. Mike takes P2 indeed. And then it will be Ekelund in P4.
Will there be a making move at the bus stop for the run-up on Adam? Let's see.
No, he doesn't do it. I think he knows that Adam has some penalties.
Oh, quite close to the rear.
Yeah, that was quite close indeed. Alright, friends, it's gonna be Adam Adam stays P6. And Surya goes into
8
P7.
points for Adam.
Adam is gonna be more than happy with that. P6 and P7 for Alfa Romeo. Great result for them. Gaming Tanks finishes in P9. Gaming Tanks goes into Just Mikey goes into P10. Then we're waiting for JDS. Was struggling to get into the last chicane. Quite a difficult race for him. Started in qualifying after crashing out in a Rouge. Then we're still waiting for Gox, X-Gamer and James Hook to finish. Here we're gonna have Gox. Then we're gonna have X-Gamer. Once again a difficult reserve for him today. But he did what he can on his home race. And the last one to cross the line will be James Hook in his Williams. Frederick wins for the 3rd time this season. He makes the Ferrari standing on the top spot. And what a result for Frederick. He pitted at the right lap and left Mike behind him on that way.
I have invited the top 3 to the party, so let's have a chat with them. That's quite an interesting race.
It was, it really was.
Here we have a race winner, Frederick.
We're gonna go to the standings to start with. It is Frederick who wins the race. It will be Mike who finish in P2, starting from P16. What a drive from Mike, what a cover drive. Felix finishes in P3 after leading almost the whole Grand Prix. Eklund finishes in P4, Erich in P5. Adam finishes in P6 with an amazing result for him. Sirius finishes in P7, the run-up in P8. Gamey Tanks in P9, just Mikey in P10. Jedi Savo finishes in P11. And Gox finishes in P12. X-Gamer in P13. James Hook in P14. The retirements were Lee, Badger, Sam, Hunter and Rizanovsky. That is it for the results of tonight, and we have all 3 podiums into the party. We're gonna start with our race winner, Frederick. First of all, congratulations with your 3rd win of the season.
Thanks a lot.
It was a great drive of you. You made the right decisions at the right times. Even at the rain, you decided to go in while Mike stayed out, and I think that made you win the race.
Yeah, I mean my pace on the softs was really good for the entire first stint, and then I decided to go in early in order to make sure that the guys behind me wouldn't have the undercut, but I completely misjudged how good or how effective the undercut was, so they caught up kind of, and then in the medium stint I was just struggling the entire time. Didn't manage to save an ERS, and yeah. And then Felix caught up to me. I got to stay with him for a while, helped me a lot. And when the rain started, I was in the same situation in a different race last year, where there was rain towards the end and I was doing quite good. And then I managed to crash out, so I was determined this time that I would take it a bit easy through the corners in order not to crash out. And then when I came into the final, or the kind of best stop chicane, I just felt my tires sliding way too much, so I thought, okay, I have to go in. And then Mike didn't, and that got me the race win, really. So I was kind of lucky, and I made the right decisions, I guess.
Yeah, you really did. Normally you are what we call the master of one of the masters of the rain, not as fast as Mike, but you had amazing pace in the rain as well for the last 2 laps.
Yeah, thanks. When I saw I had the 10-second gap, I decided to not go all out, because Radio Rouge in the rain is kind of a pain, so I was taking it easy, or not easy, but driving with some margin, and it just worked out today.
Yeah, we saw a lot of victims again today on Rouge and on the barrier there. Did you struggle with it a lot in the dry or in the wet?
I had a couple of scary times up a Rouge. That's where I got most of my warnings. Two times on over the curb on the left on top, and yeah, so I decided to just take warnings instead of crashing out at least, so yeah, that just happened. And when Felix got up to me, I was kind of bummed about the warnings, but obviously I was lucky and he kind of messed up, so...
Yeah, you did. Once again,
That's how it is.
congratulations for your win.
Thanks, man.
Then we'll be going on to P2 of today, Mike and the McLaren. First of all, very bad qualifying for you. P11, then a 5-place grip penalty. Can you explain to us what happened in qualifying? Because we saw you losing it, and then we saw, I think it was the run-up crashing into you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think you expected to finish anywhere near the podium today, as starting from P16. Because you were already, I think, 11 places up after lap 8, so you really had an awesome race pace today, and it really looks like it didn't cost you any difficulties to get past people. Did you, if Frederick stayed out on lap 20 to not go into the enters, would you have gone into the pits then? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was, I think, a difficult situation for you, because at the moment they were going into the pits, you already had a slightly difficult moment losing it, but you still did great to get back to P2, and congratulations for doing that. An amazing recovery job of you. Then we have Mr. Our finish on the podium, Felix. How did that feel for you?
Hello. Well, I've just put in a Discord chat that I'm the bottler of the year.
Yeah, you were leading. You were showing some awesome pace. Then I think lap 18 or something. You had
18, 19
a bad
something.
moment, and you
Yeah,
lost traction.
I just came out on the AstroTurf and it was wetter than I thought, so I just lost it. I thought I was gone completely, but managed to kind of slide the car and only lose the front wing. So seeing that, and as I managed to get a podium anyway to keep my podium streak, or not a podium streak, but when I finished on the podium.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm still happy, but yeah.
Yeah, you have the feeling that it could have been more.
Yeah.
Robin, do you have any more questions for our podium drivers?
I've not got really questions for the free driver. Just congratulations with your podium. It's been a well-deserved race to you.
Yeah, it was a very good race to watch. Then we're just gonna ask our podium drivers, and we're gonna start with Frederick. How are you looking forward to next week to Monza?
Mixed feelings, really. I've had some good races in Monza, and I've had some really bad races in Monza, so we'll see how it goes.
Because there will be pressure for you as a Ferrari driver on Monza. It's always a little bit more than other drivers.
Tifosi.
Yeah, I know. I'll do my best at least.
Mike, how are you feeling on Italy? Ooh, so we have someone who has mixed feelings, someone feeling good. Felix, how do you feel?
I just hope that everyone stays out of trouble in turn 1, because it's usually absolute carnage there.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, I like Monza. It's a good track.
So hopefully we'll see you three guys back next week for the podium chat. I think that's it then for us here at GP3. I want to thank my co-commentator Robin for an amazing night once again. I really enjoyed it. And I wanna thank all the viewers and commenters on the stream. If you didn't subscribe yet and you like the streams we do, please subscribe to not miss any of them. We'll be back tomorrow for the GP2 race, and we'll be back on Thursday for the Prem race. We'll be back on Friday for the Classic Championship race. That is it for us here at GP3. My name is Sensei Martins, and I want to thank everybody who watched today. Have a great rest of your week and stay safe. See you later, guys.